What's going on, rough golfers? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about out of bounds and what you need to do if you go out of bounds, what that means for your score, how you mark it down, how you proceed to play, the whole 9 yards. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and smacking that like button if you find value from this content. Okay, so out of bounds, what does it mean? Well, basically, when an area is marked out of bounds, it means that your ball is not going to be playable once it passes that imaginary line from stake to stake, okay? Typically indicated by white stakes on almost every course, at least in the US. Maybe it's different in Europe or other parts of the world, but that will indicate that your ball is unplayable past that point. You're also going to be penalized 1 stroke and distance, meaning that if you go out of bounds from off of the tee, and I'm going to show you what that looks like, then you actually have to tee right back up and hit another shot, meaning that you're going to cost yourself 1 stroke because you went out of bounds, plus that 2nd stroke that you make to actually get the ball back into play. So here we are on a par 5 out of bounds down the left-hand side here. You can see some white stakes in the background. I'm going to try to hit my ball out of bounds just so that I can show you guys what you'll have to do once you've done that, okay? And what that means for your score. So I tried to hook that one out of bounds, and I believe I got it past the stakes. And if this happens to you out on the course, don't stress. It's all part of golf. It's all part of the fun of golf, if you can believe it or not. All you're going to do is you're going to take another ball and you're going to hit a provisional. And the reason that you're going to do this is because you're not 100% sure if that ball is out of bounds until you can get up there and identify that that is indeed your ball past the stakes. It's out of bounds. It's unplayable. You're going to have to go with the provisional ball that you hit. Now, hot tip. Be sure to announce that you are playing a provisional if you're playing with a group of people, okay? They need to know that you're not just taking another shot because you want to, unless that's how you guys play, if it's just a fun round and you're not keeping score. But if you're keeping score and it's serious, be sure to say, I'm hitting a provisional, okay? So we're gonna tee it back up. Take aim and hopefully not hit out of bounds again. All right, there we go. All right, so you've made your 2nd shot, your provisional shot, and now you need to go up and identify your first ball to make sure that it is indeed out of bounds. If so, you won't be able to play it and you'll have to go with the provisional. Hopefully the provisional stayed in bounds too. If not, you'll have to come all the way back here to the tee box and hit yet another golf ball. Golf is fun. So as you can see, my ball is out of bounds here. It's past this white stake. There's another white stake down there forming an imaginary line by those telephone boxes. And that just means that this ball is unplayable. So I need to go back to the tee and I'd have to hit again. The benefit of hitting a provisional is that you don't have to waste time going back and forth to the tee box. You just say, I think that might have gone out of bounds. I'm going to hit a provisional and you are going to be safe. Now, an interesting piece of information, some courses only classify out of bounds off of certain tee box. So on hole number 7, if I were to hit out of bounds, that may be for tee shots only. My 2nd shot from the fairway, if it crossed the stakes, then they may not consider that out of bounds. And that is dependent upon the golf course that you're playing at. A lot of times those rules are written on the back of your scorecard. Give that a look before you start your round. That way you're not costing yourself extra strokes when you don't have to. All right, so now that I've actually hit the ball out of bounds and I've had to hit another shot because my first ball was unplayable, where does that leave me strokes wise and points wise on my golf round? Well, the first shot out of bounds was 1 stroke. Now that I know it's out of bounds, I have to take a stroke, another stroke penalty, and then I have to tee off back from my original position, which is another stroke. So I'm sitting now 3 strokes in. That is my penalty for out of bounds. It's called stroke and distance. So I cost myself an additional stroke that I didn't need because of a bad shot. And then I also cost myself that extra distance because I had to tee off again from the tee box. So now I'm sitting 3 in the fairway. Luckily I'm on a par 5, so I might, if I hit a really good shot in, I might be able to scrape out with a par. But the out of bounds shot is intended to penalize the golfer and I guess, I don't know, somehow force you to play better golf by not hitting the ball out of bounds. But that is what happens when you hit the ball past those white stakes and you get that terrible OB on your golf scorecard. Happens to everybody though, so please don't worry about it. Keep on playing, keep on having fun. Golf's a great sport and it makes you want to get better. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, then check out this playlist right here, chock full of how-to golf videos. It will help you get started in your golf game. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on swinging.